Okay guys, welcome to part 2 of how to draw the Eiffel Tower. I've got my outline, I've folded it across, I've used that technique there, and I'm quite pleased with that. So now I'm going to add all of these amazing details to bring my picture to life. So the Eiffel Tower is an amazing structure, absolutely amazing. It's very, very beautiful as well. Okay, and there's lots of crisscrosses and triangles there, which is very strong shape engineering wise. So it's an amazing structure, and we're going to hopefully bring that out a little bit more in this video. So I've got these sections here that I've drawn previously, and what I'm going to do first of all is add a center line to each of these sections here. I'm going to line up my ruler. I'm going to draw my center line here, going up here, joining up like this. Okay, now because I've got my existing lines already, it's not too difficult to do that. Okay, now I'm going to start to do a series of crosses. So I'm going to start from this corner, and I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to start from this corner, and I'm going to go to this one. So if you were going to be really precise, you could use a ruler if you wanted to. That's absolutely fine. I'm just going to do it freehand. But it's your picture. You can do it however you like. Okay, this goes up and up and up. Okay, corner to corner, corner to corner, diagonal lines, building up the framework of my tower, like so. Okay, now we've got this lovely bit here where the circle meets the edge. And what I'm going to do here is draw a line to this corner and do some lines coming off here. It looks a little bit like a sunset. Okay. Now, interestingly, the Eiffel Tower has actually got 4 legs, and we can see 2 of them here, but there's 2 further back. And the way we can do that is we can draw another circle behind, like so, following this one. And we're going to more or less shade that one in completely. That's going to go down. Like so, that'll give our picture a little bit of depth. Okay. In fact, we'll shade all of that bit in dark like that. That will look like the legs there. Okay, so again, in here, there's actually 4 of these. So behind here, I'm going to draw a little bit of the behind, the rear of the building, and I'm going to shade that in to bring a little bit more depth to my picture. Okay, up top, we've got more of these crosses. Now this time, I've done my crosses in each of these smaller rectangles rather than going across both of them. I've done it smaller and smaller as the tower gets more and more complex. Okay, and when we get this side, there isn't actually a gap in the middle. There's more and more of these lines as well. So we're building it up there, and it's starting to look really quite nice. Okay, then we've got the viewing towers. Now, with this one, I'm going to actually increase my lines slightly so it pops out to the side. Now here's a really, really cool technique, guys. It's going to make a big difference with your picture. So I'm just going to draw a little diagonal line going in that way and going in that way. And that will just bring a little bit more depth to my picture there. And I'm going to do that over here as well. Just adding a little bit more depth. Okay. Now, there's lots of details around the viewing platform. So I'm going to draw another line here. And I'm going to split it. And I'm going to draw these lines about 5 millimeters, about ½ centimeter apart, roughly. And then I'm going to do crosses for these. And it's quite a nice thing to do, okay? It's quite calming. I'm focused on this, I'm enjoying this. All right, now my next layer, I'm again going to draw some lines. about 5 millimeters apart, half a centimeter. And this time I'm just going to draw a diagonal line and then shade it in. Diagonal line, shade it in. So I make 2 triangles and I shade it in. Diagonal line, all the way across. And you can use artistic license, guys. Yeah, you can do yours slightly differently to mine, or if you want to be really precise, you can look at some really detailed pictures of the tower, really zoom in. Google Earth would probably be pretty cool for doing this, actually. And you could find exactly what it looks like and go from there. So that's my first level. My next level, I'm going to use that technique of those crosses again. So I'm going to thicken this slightly. I'm going to draw a line. Roughly 5 millimeters across. Cross, 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 cross. Okay, and I'll do some vertical lines there. All right, and then right at the top, I'm going to do the same thing again, where I just do that little shading of the corner there, just to show that it's a 3D building, and I'm going to add a little bit of shading there. Okay, so there we go. We've got quite a nice tower there. What you could do is you could add more and more detail. If you wanted to, you could go to each of these girders and you could double up the outline there, reinforcing each of those bits of metal. So you could add more and more and more detail to that, more and more structure, and have a play around with it. Okay, right, now once you're happy with what you've done with your tower, you then want to bring it to life with a little bit of perspective. Okay, so if we're looking at this tower, the grass that would be on would be coming out in front of us like this. So we can draw a line here, whoops, and a line here. And now if you want it to be really precise, you could use that folding technique again. But I'm just going to do this quickly. I've got my grass here. And you might notice, guys, I'm using a wax crayon today. That's purely for speed. Then to either side of the grassy patch, there is a kind of gravelly path, a kind of sandy gravelly path to the edge, which I might do like this. And then I might do the blue sky behind it. Now in reality, you've got Paris behind here, okay? You've got the river, and then you've got some buildings of Paris, which you might want to add. But the Eiffel Tower towers over the other buildings around it and is really, really impressive. Okay, so there you go, how to draw the Eiffel Tower. Enjoy.